A lot going on here in the Queen City. There's Tryon Streets in uptown Charlotte, home of the Hornets. Good Friday night to you sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA. Starters for Brooklyn. LeVert and Durant out on the perimeter. Junior's out there with Allen, and it's Irving in at the 1 spot. And for the Hornets, Devontae Graham is out there with Monk. Then there's P.J. Washington. Then it's Bridges. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the center position. Both teams tonight, Greg, love to push the ball up the floor, even off made shots.
You know, trying to find an opening before the half-court D can set up. I think you're going to see more and more of that every year.
I agree. Duncan with the block. To the paint, looking for Allen, and gets it there. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
You like Allen to keep his concentration, refuses to let the defense outmuscle or outwork him.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. He kicks to Monk. Now, here's Bridges. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. But he stays with it. And it's Graham missing. And here's Duncan. He'll bring it up for the Nets. 4-point game. The Nets working the ball around now. And that one's good. Durant.
Well, the ability to read the defense. Junior doing a nice job setting the open guy up.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
KD against Bridges. There's the pass to Hernan Gomez. Just 5 on the clock. Over Allen. And the Hornets miss again.
Well, it can't get worse than this. 0 for 4 to start.
LeVert fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
The Nets shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Well, it's no secret, guys, that Karis LeVert can flat out score the basketball. I think the key for him moving forward, just become more and more efficient because the ability is there.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
And you've got to be able to show some resiliency, right? Keep pounding away, and it finally falls for you.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Baseline J on the way. The shot by Monk is no good.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Duncan. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Here's Graham.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key. And Jared Allen, the big man out of Texas, a big part of his impact is how well he moves as a center. Very long and covers a ton of ground on both ends.
Hernan Gomez kicks to Monk. Knocks it loose. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And Brooklyn has possession. The Nets on offense. Some momentum with a 15-2 run underway. And with Allen, the amount of floor he can cover with a few steps is staggering.
And, Kevin, it lets him take away chances and opportunities on D. On the other end, 1 step to the hoop, and he's completely relocated as a target. One of the best moving bigs in our league.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Karis LeVert. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Rozier looking around. High post shot. And it's Junior with the rebound. Duncan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The shot missing. And Charlotte will come the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
Duncan, and Junior throws it down.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Rozier the pass to Cornette. Bridges kicks to Cornette. Combo trying to break free, and Cornette gets it to go.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
Here's Junior, and that one good. Junior's got 6.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Combo dishes to Bridges. Passes it to Rozier. That one, no good. Dinwiddie with some nice D. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Rozier the pass to Bridges. Here's Rozier. Zadaransky looking around. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
And so he hits the technical free throw. Charlotte making a switch here. Baisley's checked in. Luwawu is checked in for Brooklyn. Crawford comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Rozier against Crawford, and it's blocked. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
Well, this is their pace. This is exactly how they want to play. A little fast, a little loose.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile, total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the 2nd round a few years ago.
And glad to have you with us, folks. 2nd quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the 2nd quarter. Setting the floor for the Nets. Luwawu is out there with Duncan. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Crawford. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the 76ers, played some superb basketball. He scored an incredible number of points, but it was his season high in rebounds that really stood out. It's rare to see any player put up numbers like that. It's likely a game he'll always remember. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Well, there's no doubt. He certainly looked like he was enjoying himself in that last game. He had his offense flowing.
Brooklyn leading by 16.
And part of yet another great Kentucky recruiting class. Monk declared along with De'Aaron Fox, Bam Adebayo, 2 other 5 stars. I mean, talk about an NBA factory. That school is always competitive.
Graham kicks to Hernan Gomez. Here's Baisley. He's covered by Irving. Over in the corner, Washington. Allen with the rebound. And Monk made second-team All-American in his only year with the Wildcats, looking unstoppable on many occasions.
I mean, he just overwhelmed college opponents with his athleticism. But you get to the NBA, you find out how many great athletes are in this league. That's when you have to retool aspects of your game, which is what Monk is in the process of doing.
They get the rebound, second chance shot, and Duncan finishes inside. Duncan's got 6 here in this quarter.
Good intensity from Junior here. Boxes out to win the rebound and goes right back up for the score.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Graham. The shot. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Junior's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. LeVert finds KD. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Boy, you cannot let Kevin Durant have that much room to take off. This guy is tremendous as an alley-oop finisher.
KD against Graham. Pass to Baisley.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Pass to Junior. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, you better look out now because Junior's in rhythm, and he's going to be and has been a problem.
And the Hornets call time here. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy.
Nets out in front, up 19. Very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Junior in this one, he's been everywhere.
And we saw just how important he is for this team in the first half. He was getting everyone involved.
His fingerprints were all over this, involving his guys with his passes, finding different ways to take advantage of the defense.
We've got Devontae Graham. Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Monk, and it's Hernan Gomez in at center. So that's who James Borrego starts the second half with. The pass to Graham. Bridges against KD. Back to Graham. Shoots the 3. They grab their own miss. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. First trip to the line for him here. The first one falls. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Greg, maybe not the tallest big in the league, but Washington's reach is the great equalizer.
He stands only 6'7", but that 7'2" wingspan, it allows him to play big, snatch rebounds in traffic, and make contested shots in the paint. I think the young fella's got a bright future.
Monk, no one around him, gets a very good look and converts. Monk's got his first basket of the night.
And Monk's just got a good feel for kind of how to exploit the defense, especially about how quickly he gets his shot off after getting the pass.
And that one's good, Duncan.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Graham against Irving. Graham, the pass to Washington. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Hornets shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And the Hornets making a change here. Baisley's checked in. Garrett Temple has checked in for Brooklyn. Yep, it counts.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Charlotte's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. A fader. Rebound, Brooklyn. Junior's got 8 rebounds in this game.
they've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Irving passes to Junior. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And you can only admire the grit that Junior plays with. He's not afraid of a little contact.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Hornets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Monk. Charlotte no good that time either.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Irving finds Duncan. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Lays it up and banks it in. Duncan's got 11 points in the quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
To Hernan Gomez. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Now Monk. With some arc. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Allen. Joe Harris comes in for Garrett Temple. Hardaway's checked in for Tyler Johnson. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. To the wing right side. Shot to stop the run. Cornette can't get it to go. And here's Duncan. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Rozier kicks to Cornette. And again, the Hornets missing.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Rozier with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte. Harris against Satoransky. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. The Hornets have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them. Luwawu is checked in for Joe Harris. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. For Brooklyn, they have been excellent at the free throw line here today, a flawless 6 for 6.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
There's 1:17 left here in the third quarter. Satoransky against Dinwiddie. Satoransky gets the bucket. Satoransky's got 4 this quarter.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Get outside, get outside.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Monk dishes to Graham. Here's Baisley. Kicks it to Monk. 5 to shoot. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. 3-pointer, Graham. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. Charlotte making some changes. Bacon, he's checked in for P.J. Washington. Batum comes in for Malik Monk. And Martin subbed in for Devontae Graham. And it's the Hornets with the ball. Outside, Martin. And on Gomez trying to break free. Charlotte no good that time either. So for Brooklyn now, they've got Duncan. Tyler Johnson is out there with Garrett Temple. And there's Jared Allen. And it's Harris in at the 3. Allen snatched away. Outside, Batum. And the league taking steps to discourage teams, Greg, from tossing away seasons in search of high draft picks. Has enough been done, you think, in that regard?
We'll see. I tell you, the idea of a play-in
that's
tournament
a tough one, isn't it?
for the last few playoff spots, I think that's a good idea, actually. It might keep more teams in the hunt down the stretch. And I think the onus also, if the fans put enough pressure on their teams to try to develop what they have and not always put it on the future, I think that's going to help. But I think you're going to always have a little bit of that moving forward.
Clock at 4. Batum passes to Bacon. Brooklyn with the rebound. And here is Johnson. The Nets working the ball around now. And that one's good, Junior.
Boy, the coaching staff has got to love this effort. Junior showing toughness on the interior, gets the job done.
Pass to Baisley. Pass to Bacon. There's the triple. Rebound, Brooklyn. Duncan's got his 16th rebound on the night. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets. And Junior throws it down.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Brooklyn.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And in what's been a solid season, to say the least, tonight's game will push their win total now up to 53.
Wow, they finished the season series undefeated. 4 games, 4 wins, really asserting their dominance.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Junior.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Back to Duncan. Now the dish to Allen. The Nets need to get a shot off here. It's good. Duncan's got 35 in the game.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Baisley. Batum for 3. You can't hit that time.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Launches a 3. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.